So this week I'm sharing some ideas, some recipes that have been on like constant rotation in my kitchen. The first being the spicy peanut noodles with miso salmon. This combination will literally blow your mind. The other recipe that I've got for you is very appropriate for this current weather. So it's this Herby chicken with fattoush. Again, the flavor combination, the texture combination will just leave you speechless. Let me know in the comments which one catches your eye. For more of my recipes, head over to my website. You can go and check out all of my recipe ebooks over there. Enjoy these recipes that I'm about to share. I hope that it gives you lots of inspiration. Tweak the recipes as you wish to. Let's jump straight into it. Let's go. For the first recipe, we are not holding back. We are jumping right into the magic, right into the juiciness. We are going to be making spicy peanut noodles with miso salmon. This combination is a winner. Honestly, this has been on constant rotation in my kitchen. If you're with me over on Instagram, you'll see that this has been my go-to meal dish that, yeah, I just cannot get enough of. This meal really works because of the big, bold, impactful, flavorful ingredients that we're going to fuse together. So we're going to be needing some noodles of choice. I'm using some brown rice noodles. I found these in like a little health food store near me and I've been loving them. So you can use any noodles that work for you. If you don't want any noodles at all and you just kind of want to stir fry the vegetables, that will also be delicious. So for the actual peanut dressing itself, of course, we're going to be needing some peanut butter. Let me know if you're a crunchy or smooth peanut butter type person. I will forever and always be a crunchy peanut butter type of woman. So quite an unusual ingredient for a stir fry, and I think I've shared this before, but I love adding harissa. You can use any type of chili that you enjoy, but there's something about harissa in stir fries, so I thought it would be like a really beautiful combination with the peanut butter, and yeah, we'll just like really intensify this recipe. So other ingredients for our peanut sauce includes tamari. You can use regular soy sauce. We're going to throw lots of minced garlic and ginger in there. And the vegetables, really you can work with whatever you have on hand. So I had some tender stem. I love tender stem in a stir fry. I had some cabbage also, and I had some peppers. So I had some green peppers, some red peppers, and I also thought I would throw in some red onion too. To top this dish, of course, we're going to be needing some fresh coriander, and I quite like this gomasio. This is like a sesame blend kind of condiment. You can use furikake, you can use regular sesame seeds. To begin, we're going to make the marinade for our salmon. I am using this white miso sauce that I found in a shop, and it is absolutely delicious. So yeah, I grabbed my miso paste, miso sauce, and placed it in a bowl along with some tamari. I added in a touch of honey as well, because yeah, honey, salmon, miso, flavors, yes. Some garlic powder, some chili flakes, and a little bit of olive oil. Of course, you can use sesame, you can use whatever oil, you can omit the oil, you don't have to add oil. Followed on by a good squeeze of lime juice, and I added in plenty of fresh ginger, and I just mixed everything well. So I placed my washed and scaled piece of salmon on a flat baking tray. I like to use some greaseproof paper, and I like to also salt the salmon before. I don't know, it just needs like a layer of salt, I feel. And then I smothered the fish with that miso marinade, just making sure every piece was covered. I just felt a little bit extra, so I grabbed some sesame seeds and threw some sesame seeds over, and a little bit of black pepper, but honestly those steps are not necessary. That's just me being my extra self. This is wild salmon, so I always say it cooks really, really quick. Like this piece of salmon cooked in about 12 to 13 minutes. Obviously, depending on the size and type of salmon you have, cook times will vary, so make sure your salmon is cooked properly. This recipe is very saucy, a lot of sauces, a lot of flavor, a lot of oomph involved. So we're going to grab our peanut butter, throw it in a bowl along with the tamari. I splashed in some rice mirin as well, and a little drizzle of olive oil. Just because. I placed in the harissa paste, lots of minced ginger and garlic, and some water, and I literally just mixed everything up. Whilst mixing it and just having a little taste, it definitely felt like it needed a little sweet touch, so I added in a touch of maple syrup, but that is completely optional and it will be delicious without too. So mix up your peanut sauce, give it a taste. Taste as you go along, see if you like it, see if it needs adapting, see if you need to add something extra. Work these recipes, to suit your own palate. So last step is to prepare the vegetables. So I simply just chopped up my vegetables, just slicing up the cabbage. Of course, you might be using some different ingredients, some different vegetables to what I'm showing, which is fine. Stir fries, throw whatever you want in. I chopped up my red peppers, and I did the same with the green peppers, and I finally sliced my red onions as well. So I heated my wok on a medium heat and drizzled in a little bit of oil, throwing in the cabbage and the tender stem to begin with. So I splashed in a little bit of tamari. We're not going to add the actual sauce until the end, you're going to see. And just began stir frying my vegetables. After a couple of minutes, I threw in my peppers, the green peppers, the sliced red peppers. Placed my vegetables in this particular order just because I like them to remain a little bit crunchy, like have a little bit of texture to them. So once the noodles were cooked, I threw them in the stir fry pan, and here comes the moment of truth, the moment that I was waiting for in my kitchen, to pour over that peanut dressing. Honestly, the best thing ever. Here we go. I couldn't resist. I had to have a little taste, and my goodness, were these noodles incredible. I finished off with adding in a little bit of gomasio. You can use furikake, like I said, or you could use just regular sesame seeds. That will work perfectly too. And I threw in some chopped fresh coriander just to finish. I think it's safe to say you can probably smell the noodles through the screen. They are divine. All that was left was to cut up this salmon, which was cooking in the oven, slice that up and serve up this beautiful, beautiful meal. So I placed in those noodles, which were just piping hot, smelling gorgeous, tasting delicious. And I placed on more gomasio, a little bit more gomasio and a little bit more fresh coriander. Topped it with that miso salmon, threw on some spring onions, a little bit of lime on the side just to squeeze over, and a little bit of chilli, and just devoured this whole bowl. If you're feeling a little bit uninspired with cooking and you just need a little boost, trust me, try out this recipe, go and get the ingredients, try it out, and let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think. This one will continue to be on constant rotation. It's one of those recipes that you just cannot get tired of. It is delicious. Once again, I've teamed up with Tefal. This time round, I'm introducing you to the Ingenio range, which I'm so in love with. I have fallen in love with this set. In terms of space efficiency, there really is nothing else that compares. No more storing clunky pots and pans. This neat set is stackable and the handles are removable. There are these silicone lids provided for the pots, meaning you can cook your meal and save leftovers in the fridge super conveniently. I am using the largest of the stainless steel pots to create a one-pot cherry tomato, feta and parsley dish. This recipe calls for minimal ingredients, so we're going to be using some cherry tomatoes, some onions, garlic, olive oil, dried herbs, some pasta, sea salt, black pepper. I'm also going to add some feta for some creaminess at the end, along with some fresh parsley. So Tefal has kindly offered an exclusive discount code which gives you 30% off the whole Ingenio range. To take full advantage of this amazing offer, when I tell you the quality of these pots are incredible, all you need to do is click the link in my description box to shop the range on the Tefal website and enter code Ingenio795. So for the second recipe, I'm bringing it to you. I've got this wonderful, amazing, colorful, vibrant, juicy, flavorful and flavor-packed fattoush, a classic salad which calls for summertime goodness. It's got texture, it's got depth, and it has got flavor. I'm gonna pair it with some Herby style grilled chicken. You're gonna see how simple this whole dish is to put together. I was in for the biggest treat when I went to the farmer's market on the weekend. They had these variety of tomatoes. They're called Black Russian tomatoes, and they are so juicy. When you chop them up, you'll see just how vibrant and just how colorful they are. I'm also going to be using some regular cherry tomatoes as well. I'm going to be using some spring onions. Red onions will also work perfectly for a fattoush. Honestly, you can mix and match whatever kind of salad type ingredients that you love. I absolutely adore radish. I love the peppery feel, the peppery taste of radish. So I'm going to be adding some of these in. If raw foods just don't sit well with you, you can, say for instance, cook the spring onions or cook the radish and just switch things up a bit. You don't necessarily have to have all the ingredients raw. But yeah, just to keep that in mind, because I know that raw foods just don't go down with everyone. It would be a crime not to use cucumbers in this recipe. Oh, just, you know, summer honestly just brings me joy. No, I don't want cucumber just any time of year. I want cucumbers in summer when they're tasting their absolute best. I'll also be adding in some lettuce and just packing this fattoush with some fresh herbs. So think dill, mint, parsley. A key element in a fattoush are the toasted flatbreads. You can use pita bread, but it's just essential for the texture and for the flavor of this salad. The dressing will consist of ingredients like extra virgin olive oil. Maybe get like a spicy, peppery, strong kind of olive oil if you can. We're also going to be using some pomegranate molasses, which is just going to add a really beautiful sweet hint to the dressing. Of course, we're going to need something acidic in the dressing, so we're going to be using some lemons. First things first is we are going to season up our chicken. We're going to create our marinade. So for the chicken marinade, I did it in my pestle and mortar. I could not deal with bringing out my big kind of clunky food processor. So I added in some fresh oregano, along with some chopped spring onions, some minced garlic, some extra virgin olive oil, and just began crushing everything. Now this can really be done to eye. You'll know if you need to add in a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. And of course you can switch up the herbs. I then placed in some lemon zest along with a little bit of hot sauce. This is like a habanero hot sauce, some sea salt and some black pepper. Just a really kind of like basic marinade, nothing too fancy, nothing too complicated. Of course, you can add other herbs like thyme, you can add some rosemary, some parsley. So you want to grab your chicken, whether you're using thighs or breast. These are actually chicken thighs. You just want to pour over this Herby seasoning, cover and put it in the fridge and let it sit at least for an hour, at least, but 24 hours would be better. To prepare the fattoush salad, we're going to add some olive oil to a bowl along with some lemon zest, with some minced garlic, some pomegranate molasses, some lemon juice, some sea salt and some black pepper, and we're just going to mix everything and just set it aside. So for our toasted flatbreads, we're going to begin by just chopping up our flatbreads into squares or any shape that you desire. And we're going to grab a large baking sheet. I like to put a little bit of greaseproof paper down, and we're going to place on the chopped flatbreads. So I thought a za'atar blend would go really well. So I placed on some za'atar seasoning along with a drizzle of olive oil and a tiny little pinch of sea salt as well. I placed the tray into an oven of about 190 degrees Celsius, leaving the tray in there until the flatbreads were looking something like this, just golden and crunchy. I'd say leave them in for about 10 minutes, but just keep an eye on them because they can burn really, really quickly. So preparing the actual fattoush salad is super simple. We're going to chop up our ingredients, including these tomatoes. Let me know what you're doing this tomato season. What dishes are you cooking up? Let me know. Moving on, I chopped up my cucumbers, just peeling them a little bit, and I also chopped out the center, which I just eat on the spot because there's no wasting any part of the cucumber. Just chop them up however you feel to. Chop up the lettuce and finally slice the radish. If you kind of find it hard eating them raw, or that's the only way that you've tried them, try roasting them. It kind of makes them a little bit more subtle, takes away like that peppery taste. They are so delicious roasted. Chop up some spring onion. Like I said, you can use red onion as well. If you left your chicken for an hour or for overnight, remove it from the fridge, let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then heat a pan and place your chicken in and just cook your chicken until it's cooked. It's that simple. Cook on each side for around 3 to 4 minutes, just making sure that the chicken is properly cooked. If you have one of those outside grills or barbecues, oh my goodness, definitely use it. Put the chicken on that. To assemble this fattoush and grilled chicken, I placed all of my salad ingredients into a large bowl, including the lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, chopped radish, spring onions. I also added in some chopped fresh parsley and just drizzled in that dressing. Pomegranate molasses is what makes this salad. Usually I add the toasted flatbreads on top. I don't know why I mix them through, but you can do it whichever way you want. But I just prefer them to have that like extra crunch. So yeah, next time I will definitely be putting them on top. So whether you're doing it sharing style or you're like me and you're eating for one, serve up your fattoush and grilled chicken, top it with some fresh mint, some fresh dill, some more za'atar, and tuck in and enjoy this gorgeous, gorgeous summer meal. So 2 absolutely beautiful recipes to take away with you, try out in your kitchen, experiment, get creative, get cooking, get feeling, get into what you are eating. Enjoy every moment recreating these recipes. I will see you all in my next video. Everybody take care, and I will see you soon.